This is the Global Prayer Circle Week 6 Zoom recording. Hi, everyone. This is week 6 of our Global Prayer Circle. A little stunned that 6 weeks have gone by. It's like, wait, how'd that happen? We're still joining. Wow. Okay. I am grateful to each of you for showing up and taking an hour in your day, in your Saturday, to join together with all of us to hear and offer prayers. So I'm recording, as I just said, and in your Zoom panel, there is a place that says participants. If you click on that participant box, you should be able to find a place to raise and lower your hand so that when it's time for sharing, if you have a prayer or a mantra or a whatever to share, that you can click your little raise hand. And if for some reason you're having a hard time finding that little raise hand function in Zoom, then please just type in the chat box that you would like to share. And I'll keep track of the chat box also. Wow, we're still joining in. How exciting. Yay. So I just checked and there's now 256 people registered for this prayer circle, which is pretty amazing. Didn't expect that. And granted, not all 256 of us are here every week. We're averaging between 20 and 30 of us on the actual call. But to think that there's 250 plus of us who are holding space together and holding prayers together, whether we're on this call or listening to it later. It's pretty special. So thank you all for showing up in this way. All right, I think that everybody who's here is going to be here. And let's begin. So as I've been doing every week, I've been reading this honoring as our container for our circle. And this came through me for some work that I do called the Gifts of Ma'at, and it's applicable for everything, really, I think. So let's just sink into our space, wherever we are on the planet, and allow this honoring, this gratitude to wash through us. In gratitude of the directions, east, south, west, north, above, below, and center, we are honored for this opportunity to co-create in this place. In gratitude of the elements, air, fire, water, earth, akasha, we are honored with the building blocks that provide foundation. In gratitude of time, past, present, future, we are honored by the ancestors, the now, and the descendants. In gratitude of the makers, Mother, Father, God, and all the names, we are honored with this opportunity to experience the gift of life. In gratitude of the guides, teachers, divinity, nature, archetypes, allies, we are honored with the wisdom, understanding, and patience. In gratitude of ourselves, heart, mind, body, soul, we are honored with the chance to serve the highest good of all. And so it is. So this prayer circle has some agreements that we've come to when we first began. And I'm just going to read through them for those who haven't been on the call before. This is a safe space for all traditions, all faiths, all religions, all people who are seeking a connection through the sharing of prayer. This is a space where we can all arrive on a shared foundation built upon our collective, diverse, multicultural, beautiful prayers. This is a space to engage in deep sharing and listening to the prayers we each hold. Announcements, information, and informal sharing is for other places. And there's lots of other places where we can do that. This is a space of non-judgment, cooperation, and global community. And this gathering will be posted on the Facebook page for others to benefit. So as always, just if there's anything else that you would like to see in the agreements for a prayer circle, please type me a little chat in the box and let me know, and we can incorporate those in as well, because this isn't about me, it's about all of us and what works for all of us. During the sharing time, I ask that you raise your Zoom hand like I talked about a little while ago, or type in the chat box that you would like to share. Or if you don't want to speak, but you would like to share your prayer, you can type your prayer into the chat box and I'll read it out for everybody to hear. We're keeping the prayers around 3 minutes. Thank you for that. And if you hear my phone go ding-ling-ling-ling, little chimey sound, that means the 3 minutes has come up, and bring your prayer to a close. Most of us are finishing well within that 3 minutes without ever even hearing the chime. But just so that everybody has a chance. And along those lines, I'm also going to call on everybody who hasn't shared first, and then if people have second shares, I'll come back around to the second shares. When you're sharing, please say your name. I know I say your name when I open the microphone, but it's helpful for us to hear it a second time so that just really we remember each other in a good way. And share where you are in the world. I'm Zahra Indigo and I'm in Eugene, Oregon, like that. And then your prayer. If you speak another language, you're encouraged to share your prayer in your language. We feel it. We don't need to understand the specifics of the words to feel the truth of the prayer within. Whether it's a prayer you're speaking from your own heart in this moment, or whether it's something you're reading, you're welcome to speak in your own language. And we're grateful for that. And English, of course, is fine as well. We all are speaking English here. And like I said, if you hear the chimes, bring your prayer to a close. Okay. And then last week, I was finding that we really needed more space for breathing together. I don't know if this is true for all of you, but it felt true for me. So my thought was that I'll do the heart breath, and we'll all breathe together and connect. And then I'm going to just leave space of silence for maybe 5 minutes, 8 minutes, whatever it is. And then I'll invite us to open our prayers so that we just really have that silence together, because not only is the prayer and the words sacred, but the silence is sacred also. And we've been finding bits of silence in between our prayers, but it seems like a good idea to begin with this silence. Are you all okay with that? Those of you I can see on my screen, give me a nod or a thumbs up if that's fine. Okay. Yay. So find yourself wherever you are and just acknowledge this beautiful body that you have, this vessel that carries you through this life, through your days. Take a deep breath into your heart center and experience the beauty and the love. Breathe love in and breathe love out. Feel that love spread to all the cells and molecules in your body. Feel your heart center glow with your inner heart flame. And bring your attention now to the heart of the earth. Experience the wisdom, the vitality. And breathe this up into your heart center, where it mixes and mingles with your own love and beauty. And breathe out this love, this wisdom, and this vitality. And now with each in-breath, we're breathing from our own heart and the heart of the earth. As we notice the air around us and we bring our attention now to the heart of the cosmos, which is so far, far away, and yet it's right here above us. Experience the vast intelligence, the creativity, and breathe this down into your heart center, where it mixes and mingles with your love and beauty, with the wisdom and vitality of the planet. And as you breathe out now, you breathe out that love, that wisdom, that vitality, that creativity, that intelligence. You are all of that. And breathe it in and breathe it out. Feel this combined breath spread throughout your body and beyond to your family, your friends, your community, your country, and this whole world. One planet, one people, one cosmos, all connected through our shared breath and our love. So now I'm going to leave about 8 minutes of quiet to just breathe together, to feel our heart flames ignite our love around the globe. So now, as we continue to breathe together, I invite you to raise your hand and offer a prayer, however that is for you. I just got bumped for a minute. I apologize. My funny farm internet. So again, if you want to share, please raise your hand. Kathy Ann, go ahead. You are unmuted. Go ahead.
Hello.
There you are. Hi.
Hello. I'm Kathy Ann in Arizona, and I have a poem I would like to read. It's by John O'Donohue, who is a Welsh poet, sadly not in body on this earth any longer. It's in my book, To Bless the Space Between Us, a book of blessings.
Mm.
And the title is For a New Beginning. In out of the way places of the heart, where your thoughts never think to wander, this beginning has been quietly forming, waiting until you are ready to emerge. For a long time, it has watched your desire, feeling the emptiness growing inside you, noticing how you willed yourself on, still unable to leave what you had outgrown. It watched you play with the seduction of safety and the gray promises that sameness whispered, heard the waves of turmoil rise and relent, wondered, would you always live like this? Then the delight when your courage kindled and out you stepped onto new ground, your eyes young again with energy and dream, a path of plenitude opening before you. Though your destination is not clear, you can trust the promise of this opening. Unfurl yourself into the grace of beginning that is at one with your life's desire. Awaken your spirit to adventure. Hold nothing back. Learn to find ease in risk. Soon you will be home in a new rhythm for your soul senses the world that awaits you. This is my prayer for oneness, for awareness that we are all one, earth and people, plants and animals, and that this crisis can be an opportunity to switch, to grow, to show a new, higher level of consciousness. I thank you for this space, each and every one. And I thank you for this prayerful silence that we had today, too.
Thank you, Kathy Ann. Who else would like to share a prayer? Rita, go ahead. How about you guys unmute yourselves, and if you have trouble, then I'll come in and mute and unmute. That way I'm not trying to unmute over you.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes, hi, Rita.
Hi, I'm Rita. I'm from Seattle. During that wonderful silence, a prayer came to me. Goddess, God, Mother Earth, please open the door from our inside world to your outside world. Let us skip to you with joy. May we be held in your arms and rocked. Let us assist you with your healing. We know you're completely capable to do it on your own, but we'd really like to help. Thank you. Thank you for this space.
Thank you, Rita, for being here.
Thank you.
Who else would like to share a prayer? Percy, I see you raising your hand, but know that you're not always on my screen. So if you can, in general, type it in your chat box to let me know, but go ahead. I see you now. Percy, go ahead. And then
This, yeah, I'm here. This reading, I'm glad that we had a previous prayer that was a reading, and that reminded me that I don't have to have something absolutely in my head. I have a wonderful reading here from Thich Nhat Hanh, and it talks about the opportunities that every day brings. Waking up this morning, I see the blue sky. I join my hands in thanks for the many wonders of life, for having 24 brand new hours. The sun is rising on the forest, and so is my awareness. I walk across the field of sunflowers, tens of thousands of flowers waving at me. My awareness is like the sunflower. My hands are sowing seeds for the next harvest. My ear is hearing the sound of the rising tide on the magnificent sky. I see clouds approaching with joy from many directions. I can see the fragrant lotus ponds of my homeland. I can see coconut trees along the rivers. I can see rice fields stretch their shoulders, laughing at the sun and the rain. Mother Earth gives me coriander, balisicum, and celery. Tomorrow, the hills and mountains of the country will be green again. Tomorrow, the buds of life will grow quickly. The folk poetry will be as sweet as the songs of the children. The whole family of humans will sing together with me in my work. Thich Nhat Hanh.
beautiful. Thank you, Percy. Thank you, Thich Nhat Hanh. Who else has a prayer? Hi, Eric. Go ahead.
Hi, I'm Eric, and I'm just south of Portland, Oregon. Um, oh, gracious, loving God, thank you for this time to be together, for our many blessings, for this incarnation that we share, and for this opportunity that we all have in this time of difficulty and adversity. May your love, mercy, and healing rain down upon us, and especially upon those who are sick, hungry, grieving, or despondent. May they be comforted. May their time be made lighter through your love and compassion. And may we all become clearer and clearer vehicles for your love and compassion to shine through us and radiate out as channels to help those around us, to support your work, and to help make this world a better place. We thank you for all of these things and ask to give us all strength and hold us close as we go through this together. May we remember that you're the source and that we may connect and be together as one. Amen.
Thank you, Eric. Dion just writes amazing prayers that we all come together like the honeybees and create nectar for all. Bzzz. We are the bees. May God hear our prayers of love to all and send miracles to those who struggle. We are one. Love to all. Thank you, Dion. Who else has something to share today? Hi, Ellen. Welcome. Go ahead.
The prayer by Grandmother Florida Mayo. She is one of the 13 Indigenous grandmothers, and who better to pray it for us but her. So
Beloved Mother, beloved Creator, Maker of the heavens and the earth, beloved Beauty of the sacred dawn, beloved Mother, grandmothers of the four directions, heart of the heavens, heart of the earth, beloved Creator. Awaken us, beloved Mother, awaken us in this beautiful dawn, beloved Creator. Each and every one of us, beloved Mother, in the four directions, beloved Creator. Awaken us in our hearts, beloved Mother, and bring us the love that we need to share with everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ellen. Thank you, Flor de Mayo. Who else has a prayer? Kathy, go ahead. You're unmuted. Maybe. Kathy, go ahead and unmute yourself. There you go.
Yes, I'm Kathy from Anchorage, Alaska. I have a mantra. Loka Somastas Tsukinu Bhavantu. This means, may all beings everywhere be happy and free. And may the thoughts, words, and actions of my own life contribute in some way to that happiness, to that freedom for all. Thank you.
Kathy, can you say the mantra again in the language so we can hear it again?
Lokaha Samasta Sukinu Bhavantu. Lokaha Samasta Sukinu Bhavantu. Lokaha Samasta Sukinu Bhavantu. Lokaha Samasta Sukinu Bhavantu.
Thank you. Percy writes in the chat box, friends, the more aggressive types of humans are showing their complete lack of sensitivity to anyone's pain as they go about adding to their wealth and power at our expense in these difficult times. They simply have higher priorities than anyone's welfare, and we must develop non-harming ways of blocking their efforts that are realistic and powerful. I pray with you and pray for all in this regard. And may we send love to all of those who are grabbing power and grabbing wealth and grabbing our lives from underneath our feet, because they must be hurting so bad to be so empty and needy and greedy and all of that. So I send them all our love. Deanna says, may we be blasted with the vibration of joy. And Julia says, Kathy, I feel my heart expanding. Thank you. Who else has a prayer? Or a mantra, or a song. I know that some of you on this call have amazing singing voices. Perhaps you can grace us with a song. feeling a prayer come through my flute. So I'm going to offer that. Well, we are all breathing deeply into our heart center. Every time I play my flute, my cat coughs on my lap. Not sure it's because he likes it or because he's not real sure. But who else has a prayer? Anita, go ahead.
Mute myself there. I'm Anita, and I'm in Erin, New York. I really, and I had to kind of write this down. Hopefully, I get the thoughts the way I want them. It's a thought that seems to be haunting me this morning, and it's popped in and out of my mind, and I think that it is something that needs to be station or class readings. I mean, it's a combination of many different sources. It talks about souls that come into this world. The topic basically was I remember a lesson that was essentially this purpose and discuss it with their guides before they come into this life. And so with all the souls that have been taken by this virus, it keeps coming back to me, this thought. Are these souls, were they born to be sacrifice of sorts, for want of a better word? And I don't want to think that way, but it keeps coming back and it keeps coming back. And so I've kind of written the prayer around that thought, that are these souls here to teach us as part of this conglomerate of craziness. And are they not sacrificed or lost for no good reason? I know there's no answer to that. But my prayer is that these souls that have gone, and so many, because of the virus and because of what's happening now, and some aren't even the virus, some are just because they're lost and they're alone during this process. And I just pray that these souls are leaving the earth, leaving this existence and going home again for the right reasons. If it is in our right to ask that it be that. And I pray that we are able to fill those empty spaces, not, of course, by another being, but by our love, our compassion. If we can fill that earth vessel again with the love and the compassion that will offset what's happening and why there are so many that need to leave. I'm praying that the truths in this whole thing and understand it before more devastation has to occur. And I pray that there is a wisdom in this whole terrible time frame that we can understand before it's too late to correct or fix, or our share of that correcting and that fixing. And I pray that those that are sick now, for whatever reason and in whatever manner, that Spirit, their gods, their angels, that step in and give them the comfort and the guidance and the hand, the etheric hand that will help them take that next step, hopefully toward health again. And I also, to finish, I pray that the pain and the sadness of this current era, there is a wisdom in it. There is so much that I'm learning, that the skies are clearing, the sun is brighter, and so on. And those are marvelous, wonderful things. And I'm so thankful for those healing pieces to the earth, and that the sacred sites are having time to recharge. Those are wonderful things. But my heart keeps hurting so much for the people that are alone, that are not good at being alone. I'm a good recluse. I'm content. But there's too many that are not. And I pray that they find help, the hand, the shoulder, and whatever is needed, that they can get through this in a good way. And that we do not have to wait for too long. Find the wisdom in how to make this better, correct it, shut the door on the virus and everything else, that we learn before the purpose is too late or becomes undone. And I know that there's a lot of people out there, and there's a lot of people on this call that have the compassion and the love. And I just pray that we all keep that strength and keep feeding that into the universe, and that it does its job. Thank you.
Thank you, Anita. So it is. So I think we have time for maybe one or two more prayers today before we close for our week. Does anybody else have a prayer or a song, a verse, a reading? Megan, I see your hand up. Yay.
If you can see me, I have a funny setup.
Okay. Yes, we can see you.
I'm reading the verses that, some verses written by Rudolf Steiner for children. And the vision that he held that children would speak these words every day, and the kind of growing into them that could happen. The sun gives light to the plants, for the sun does love the plants. So one human being gives soul light to others when he loves them. The sun sends forth to earth its light. God's spirit shines in sunlight bright. The plants all drink the sunlight in, and so they grow on field and meadow, beloved children of the Spirit of God, and humans bear in heart and soul God's Spirit too, and in their hands God's Spirit works. I love the Spirit of God because it lives in me. And one more. The sun sends forth to earth its light. God's Spirit shines in sunlight bright. The plants all drink the sunlight in, and so they grow on field and hill as works of God. Man too bears God in heart and soul, and his hands move through Spirit of God. I love God's Spirit in heart and hands, in sun and moon.
Thank you, Megan. Thank you, Rudolf Steiner. Perhaps one more, and then we close. I see Julia wrote, very powerful flute, thank you. Message you're welcome. Message I was given through this was, O ancient ones, gather round. O ancient ones, unite. Sit round the fire with joy and love, knowing that the Mother Earth is beneath you and the Father Sky above you. Unite your hearts with joy for the time is coming when you will breathe with one breath, your hearts beating as the drum with one rhythm. Beautiful. Thank you. Any last words on this day? The 25th of April. Can you believe it? It's not quite the month I thought it was going to be. However, I am grateful for the month that it has been, with all the learning and all the edges and growth and opportunities to look at myself, to look at the world. Deanna says, amazing, powerful prayers. Thank you. Shall I do the flute one more time, and then I'll open up the mics and we can say goodbye? Does that work? Okay. Excuse me. Let's see if Mal shows up again. thank you all for showing up, and paying attention to one another and to your own heart and to the divine, however it speaks through you. I am so grateful to each of us. I'm going to unmute us all now.
Thank you all for this time together once again.
Thank you, Eric.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hope to see you all next week.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Blessings on everyone. Until next time, it's a pleasure to be sharing with you.
Thank you, Percy.
My heart.
Thank you.
Bye, Carmela, Anita, Megan, Maria, Diana.
Thank you, everyone.
Annette, Barbara.
You're welcome. Bye-bye. Everyone have a good week.
Julie,
Bye-bye.
Good and safe week, everyone.
Rachel, Megan.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone. So much love.
Bye.
May your week be filled with blessings. And I'm going to close the meeting now. Bye.
Bye.